everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video on a niche perfume brand called Bon Parfumuer. I have a selection, lots of different ones from their collection here, as well as a full size, and I'm going to be giving you my review, first impression of their range. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. We are all about perfumes here. I have hundreds of videos going through whole ranges of niche perfumes, designer perfumes, celebrity, as well as all new releases. So do check out my hundreds, actually over 1,000 other videos. And if you're regular, do make sure you are subscribed and give the video a thumbs up. And as always, I'll leave the links to where you can get these perfumes down below in the description box all around the world. They are available at Look Fantastic, where you can get them with 21% off using my code LFTFSOKI, and that code works all the time throughout the year on Look Fantastic across everything. Cool. So as the name suggests, Bon Parfumuer is a French fragrance brand. With their first fragrance released in 2017, they now have, I think, 27 different fragrances, and they work with all different perfumers to create the different scents, and they kind of have them classified in different fragrance families as well, and they're all numbered. So here, for example, we've got number 001, which is Fleur d'Orange, Petitgrain, Bergamot, and this is an eau de parfum. I think they're all eau de parfums. The 100ml size like this retails for 81, but they have other sizes as well, like a 15ml, and they also have candles as well. So let's open up and try 001, and you can see it's a simple bottle. These are all unisex, gender neutral fragrances, so it's a very gender neutral bottle, and we have the label on. So let's give it a go. So that is definitely exactly what it says on the tin, a fresh Petitgrain orange flower, very refreshing, very citrus but green. These ingredients here are all coming from the citrus trees, the different oils from different citrus trees. So what you get with that is, of course, that citrusy note, but then you also get a greenness, because, you know, it's not just like a lemon, it's actually from the tree. So definitely get greenness. This feels very unisex. Lemony fragrances are something that you see a lot in men's fragrances. This is definitely something for a fresh summer day when you want something very light, refreshing. It's definitely, you can tell it's an eau de parfum. It's got some body in there, and I do detect a little bit of an aromatic undertone. I think they've put a hint of lavender in here. So along with the neroli, the citrus notes, Petitgrain, orange blossom, I do get a little bit of a sort of L'Occitane, Provence, very French aromatic undertone. So I also have the sample set here, which comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these cute little mini bottles of the fragrance. The first one is 001, which we just tried. So let's go through the other 9 in here. So next up, we've got 101, which is rose, sweet pea, and white cedar. This is definitely a very delicate fragrance. So as far as rose fragrances go, this is definitely on the lighter side, along with the rose scent, which I do get, but there's a lot of other things going on in here. So as this is developing, it's definitely changing. So at first I really got the lily of the valley with the rose. Now the patchouli in the base is coming through. Patchouli and rose is one of the most common combinations in perfumery. Think Coco Mademoiselle, even my Empress perfume has that combination, and it creates a classic chypre feminine scent. So I would describe this as a classic chypre. These are all unisex, but this is probably leaning a little bit towards a classic female perfume. I actually do think if you like Coco Mademoiselle, you'd probably like this. Okay, next we have 003, which is yuzu, violet, and vetiver. That's quite an unusual combination. Yuzu is a citrus fruit. Ooh, wow. So this is a very violet perfume. Yeah, this is a violet perfume for sure, but the yuzu is definitely lifting it. Sometimes violet perfumes can be quite almost sickly, or they can be powdery. I'm not getting any powderiness in this, and I'm not really getting any vetiver. Vetiver is a green, slightly woody note. I would say this is a slightly sweet violet. I actually really like this. And this is something I've not really smelt before. Violet perfumes tend to be combined with like a fruity, like a raspberry. Violet is used in the scent of makeup, lipstick, eyeshadow, and with a raspberry, that's a very common like makeup scent smell. I've never seen it with this much yuzu before. I think that's really pretty. Okay, so next we have 602. This is pepper, cedar, and patchouli. So this is definitely much heavier heavier than the ones we've had so far. So this actually has an incense note in. So it's quite green. There's some leafy notes in here. I think a cedar wood, but I do get the incense. This feels quite suede-y, quite leathery, quite masculine. And they've actually got a pepper note in here as well, which is a classic male fragrance note ingredient. So again, even though these are gender neutral, for me, 602 definitely leaning towards a more male fragrance. Anyone that likes those peppery, slightly spicy fragrances, but not like a saffron, a Middle Eastern spicy, but a peppery, like sharp, refreshing, masculine scent. This one also feels quite heavy as well. Having things like patchouli and incense in here will really help make this last. So next we have 103. So I think this might actually be quite obvious, Sophie, but I think they're categorized into ones that begin with 0, 1s, 2s, etc. And those are like fragrance families. Ah, they are. So I can actually see here, it tells me on the box. Okay, so the ones that begin with 0s are cologne, but they were eau de parfum, so I'm not sure what that means. The ones that begin with 1 are floral, so we had the rose. Ones that begin with 2 are fruity, 3 amber, 4 vanilla, 5 gourmand, 6 bois, which is wood, 7 aromatic, 8 aquatic, and 9 special. Ooh, wow, how intriguing for number 9. Okay, so the fresh new rollies, the cologne, the rose was the floral, and then that one we just tried was part of the wood category. So back to the floral 103. This is cherry flower, jasmine, and hibiscus. So 2 of my favorite tropical notes there, cherry flower and hibiscus, both notes that I intend to use in a perfume one day in the future. Okay, so this is a very classic cherry flower perfume. I smell Bronze Goddess, I smell Erin Hibiscus Palm. It's got some frangipani in here as well, and what they tend to use is jasmine with those kind of notes because they're all very delicate notes. And there is a hint of vanilla in the base, which is giving me that Bronze Goddess, slightly sun lotiony vibe. What they haven't put in here is any coconut though, but they have used that vanilla, which is very similar to coconut. It's very light though, this is very light. For me, this is more eau de toilette for hot, humid days. Very pretty and definitely an alternative if you like those tropical perfumes. It doesn't have really any fruitiness in the top like my Aphrodite, which is the mango and the lotus. I feel like mine is less of a floral. Aphrodite's not floral tropical, it's like fresh, lotus, palm leaves, mango tropical, whereas this is more floral tropical. It's pretty though, but very light, I would say. Okay, so now we'll move into the fruity category. So these ones have a yellow sticker on, and this is 201. Granny Smith apple, lily of the valley, and pear. I love pear in perfumes. Ooh, fruity. I am a sucker for a fruity perfume. So initial impressions are I'm getting a lot of the pear, that sweet, thirst quenching scent. I am getting that Granny Smith apple now, that green apple. So that sweetness of the pear is gone, and now I'm getting that proper like rind of the green apple. And the lily of the valley. Again, this is quite light, definitely one for hot weather. Very pretty. If you like things like DKNY Delicious, any of those very light appley perfumes, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, this would be one for you. And I would say it was unisex. I don't think the Lily of the Valley here is particularly feminine. It feels gender neutral. That's definitely fun and fruity. Okay, so let's move on to 3. So this one has a red label, cardamom, santal, which is sandalwood, and amber. So this is probably going to be very heavy. And the ones that begin with 3 are amber category. Yeah, really get sandalwood in this. This is definitely for sandalwood fans. Also, there's some cardamom in here as well. And now I'm getting some green notes. There's a cypress tree mixing with the sandalwood here. Yeah, this is a classic sandalwood fragrance. Sandalwood is used in most perfumes these days in the base to help them last, along with how jasmine is used. But I've noticed more and more so brands are releasing ones where sandalwood is like the hero product. Kylie just released 2 sandalwood fragrances this year for her wedding. Yeah, this is a sandalwood one, and I'd say strength, it's not as strong as the peppery one that we smelled that began with a 6. So I feel like as the numbers get higher, they're getting heavier, but this isn't as heavy as the 6. This is, yeah, I'm really getting a lot of sandalwood in this. So I don't have any of the number 5 gourmand or the 4 vanilla, but I do have another 6, which is vetiver cedar and bergamot. Do you know what this reminds me of? Sauvage. That really reminds me of Dior Sauvage. So this is vetiver in the base, which is that grass that gives that sort of woody green note, cedar wood, top note of like fresh grapefruit, bergamot, hint of pepper. It also reminds me of the Barber fragrance as well for him. So for me, this is definitely quite a masculine perfume, 601, and that's really does smell like Sauvage and the Barber fragrance, classic male perfume for me. This is like the kind of thing, if you walk into an office in London, you're gonna smell this on half the men. Nice. I think Stephen, my boyfriend, would like this. Okay, so now we have number 8, which is in the aquatic family. So it has this blue label. And this is sea spray, cedar, and grapefruit. Very clean, very fresh. Definitely getting Davidoff cool water vibes. Feels quite light. So I definitely get the freshness of the sea, those oceanic notes, but I do get some greenness underneath. So they've used cypress, rosemary, and brands tend to use those like green notes along with sea notes to recreate that feeling of being out at sea or on the coast, because you have all the green vegetation there and the wood and the water and seaweed and all that. So actually the smell of the ocean isn't just water, it's of all the things sort of there. And that definitely feels like a classic aquatic scent. It's got some fresh like lemony top notes that mix with those oceanic notes. Yeah, so fans of any aquatic fragrances, I think you'd like this. Okay, and then finally number 9, which is part of the special category. So this one is nutmeg, almond, and patchouli. So this is definitely like the most intense, heaviest we've had, I think, anyway. Maybe this has a leathery tone to it. So I definitely do get the nutmeg. I also get quite a lot of black pepper in here. Sometimes nutmeg fragrances can feel quite Christmassy. This doesn't feel Christmassy to me. There's a slight sweetness from the nutmeg and I think a hint of vanilla. But overarching scent here for me is black pepper. And then a creamy wood. It doesn't feel like a green. It's like if you took, it's like a woody smell but without any of the greenness. I think a tonka bean note in here as well. It feels very unisex, feels very warm. It is definitely quite different and it does have a leathery, or maybe it's a suede-y quality to it. It's actually not coming through as heavy as I thought it would. So I think the heaviest was the one that was number 6. It's like a light suede, light leather. Often those type of perfumes can be really intense, but this one feels more like everyday. Cool, well that was fun exploring that range. Let me know if you've tried any of these, what your favorite is, which ones do you think you'd like best. Are there any others you think I should try? I know they have lots of other ones. I'll leave the links below to where you can get Bon Parfumuer and the Discovery set, which is super fun. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments. All links down below as always. And that's it guys, so thanks so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.